Okay guys, it's Dr. Sexton from San Diego and Encinitas, and today we're going to talk about how to overcome fatigue. So the previous discussions have been on how was it that maybe you've come about getting this fatigue, what it is and what it is not. But then once we've gotten rid of the medical necessities, what can we do for you to help you improve your energy level, and what kinds of things can we expect from it? And so some of the first things that I'm going to explain to you is if you figured out the contributors to your stress levels and things like that, addressing those directly is so important, whether you're talking with your therapist, whether you're talking with your family members, and figuring out what kinds of things you can do to overcome the strain that's putting on your heart. You don't need to go through all of these things that perhaps you assume you do. And if you can unload that burden, I think that your fatigue will start to get a lot better. So think about addressing the primary cause if you're aware of it. If not, talk to someone and see if maybe they've got a suspicion of what's causing that. And that can be your first step towards doing this. Once you figure that out, then what kinds of things should we do? You know, I see a lot of patients who have insomnia. We've done lectures and videos on insomnia, what kinds of things you can do for that. But it's important to get a good amount of sleep. And a lot of patients who are having this kind of stress just assume that they're not going to be able to sleep, and so they don't bother going to bed until some late hour, until midnight or 1 o'clock. If they've got to get up the next morning to go to work, this is just not setting the stage well to have that kind of energy that you want to overcome these things. And so work on the techniques to get to bed at an earlier hour, and start to do that as a more practiced behavior. Make that one of your first goals. Then what about exercise? How is it that exercise can fit in with this? Well, you know, obviously exercise is going to use some of your energy, but the thing it can do is it can give you a little burst from your typical adrenaline level. You are sitting with your adrenaline level at your eyeballs 24/7 thinking about, I've got to do this at work tomorrow. I've got to do this when I get home tonight. All of these things stressing me out and having my adrenaline up here. But what we need to do is we need to find some way to raise it, not from here down to here, but up to here, and let you know that you can accomplish things. And so we get your level, your adrenaline level up by busting you out to the gym and getting you on an elliptical machine, going as fast as you can, no more than 15 minutes. I just want to give you an adrenaline boost. Let's get you excited, not exhausted. And then what you can do is, after you get home, you can breathe and relax and notice the difference in how you feel. Notice that exuberance that you had whenever you had the energy level going, and try and harness that whenever you are going into work the next day. Yes, I can feel just like that. I can get that kind of energy, and I can have that energy whenever I do the things that I need to do during this day. If you can start going to that gym, let's say 3 days a week, maybe even 4 days a week, giving me no more than 15 minutes on that elliptical machine, those short adrenaline boosts are going to be the thing that your body needs in order to realize, you know what, I don't need my adrenaline sitting here at my eyeball level all day long just to think about how much of a jerk my boss is. I need to be able to have my adrenaline so that it's ready to go whenever I start running up and down the elliptical machine. I've got to get this stuff going. And so your body, after it gets used to your new schedule of doing this every other day, is eventually not going to drop back down to here, but it's going to drop back down to here, and you're going to feel much more relaxed in between each of your adrenaline evoking exercise routines. Those are some of my secrets to trying to get your energy level down. Whenever you come home from work, try and find some way to no longer be thinking about those things. You've done all of your concentrating at work. You've done all the thinking that you need to do for the day. Let's find a way to detox before you get home, so that the first thing that you're presenting to your partner is not, I've got all of these things that I'm still so stressed about. Think about maybe you can listen to an audiobook on your way home from work. Maybe you can listen to a stand-up comedian on an app like Spotify. Do something that can get you out of that element so that you're thinking about something relaxing. You deserve to have that relaxation in between all the time that we spend frustrated and stressed out about things. That's going to be something that gets you a little bit more energy so that you can use it when you need it. I hope you start feeling better.